This is Jeff with the Big Hairy Dog. This is a webinar on Prism. And this meeting is being recorded, as we just found out from the announcement. That's our rough agenda. So let's go dig into it.
Looks like Valerie's typing something. If you want to give her a second to complete her thought, since she's the only one in the meeting with us. Far be it from me to cut you off. Valerie, is this Prism management? No, this is Prism 2.0, slightly newer than Prism management. This is in the Prism side. In your version, if you're on Prism 1.14, there will be some similarities, so it's still relevant, but it is not Prism management. This is Prism. Okay, I think we're okay, Jeff. Onward.
All right, so Valerie, if you have Prism management, that's RIL, and RIL does not work in Prism's point of sale, right? So if you have Prism point of sale, and I think you do, so I think I know where you are. We've talked once or twice, I think. And you're using Prism at point of sale, then you have to use the Prism promotions module, because the RIL promotions or Retail Pro 9 promotions would not work because you can't use RIL at point of sale. If that makes any sense. In system preferences, node selection, down into, I think it's transactions, point of sale, promotions. That's where we turn it on, right? So I can run through these real quick, make sure we're all on the same page. Obviously, you've got to enable them. Most people go with apply promotions automatically. You can choose to go manually and then activate it on pressing tender. But this is a very fast module. So it's not going to be slow like some of the previous versions were in the past. And I think we all like real-time, gratification of seeing the discount happen as we scan the item. So I'm going to say I haven't seen anybody need to go to the manual mode yet. Use predefined discount reasons. Yes, I mean, if you want to report on these, you need to assign a reason. That's the deal right there. If you uncheck that, I think you can leave it blank. But if you're going to run any kind of reports on these promotions and see if they're useful, you're going to need a way of marking them, right? Now, do not allow duplicate promotion names. That one actually, I'm probably going to uncheck that. It doesn't really matter a lot, but there are certain cases where I would choose to name it the same way and set up a priority or a drill down of those. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Apply discount based on current price. So there are some. I used to work for one, Marshall's, where we would say, compare prices, whatever, $100, but you get, our price of $75. You say it's 25%. Well, we wouldn't apply a discount to the original price of the $100. We would apply a discount to our price, right? The current price. But there are different configs out there. So, if you're giving them a 25% discount, but you want to bump that to a 40 and you want to take 40 off original, right? Then you'd have to switch that to original price, right? So that's a choice, right? In how you want to run that. Most people choose current price. Writing receipt field to use for storing manual discount. I usually pick like something around item note 4. I skip 5, but anything below 4. If somebody's going to make a manual item note, it's going to be in 1 or maybe 2. Odds are pretty safe by 4. Nobody's getting down that low, right? So we'll click save on that, and we'll circle around and take a look at the promotions. They're in the point of sale menu, bottom right, where it says promotions. And I've gone ahead and set up some stuff just to have some stuff in here. Now this one here is a leftover from last Black Friday, and it actually had two sister promotions where the goal was to actually have it so that if you bought $100, you got $10 off. If you bought 250, you got 25. If it hit $500, it went to like $100. If you went to 1,000, you got like $250 off or something like that. The thing is, in that kind of situation where there's multiple, you have to if you ring it up and it sees the 100, but you bought 1,000, you're going to immediately qualify for the 100, and it's going to be done. So you have to set up. Let's click edit down here. You have to set it up so that there's a priority, a promotional group, and a priority, and you have to get it to drill down. I'm not sure if this one was able to do that or not. Let's just go check. Oh yeah, no, this one here, I set the whole thing up inside this one. In version 9, you have to set up a priority with different groups. Here, I was able to set up the whole thing right here, right? So let's just walk through this one really fast to make sure. This is an odd one, but we chose it could be combined with other promotions because it's a subtotal that we're doing here. So I don't care. Take it as many discounts as you want. That may negate you getting to the next tier, but that's how it rolls, right? Apply discount to manual items, sure. Unlimited, they can go crazy on us, right there. Validation rules, there are none. Reward rules, this is a transaction discount with these tiers, right? So for its discount dollars, not percent, and there's the thresholds for subtotal, and there's the discounts they get, right? So version 9, Prism here, actually does a pretty good job of this. It's pretty slick. I did have a problem with like global discounts or spreading global discounts. I think I had to turn that off, but it worked pretty slick, I got to say. Let's cancel out of here and let's start talking about what we're actually supposed to be talking about, which are the different promotional discount types, right, that are in there. And so search, let's just go in here and pick the first one, custom. So if I were to click new, just so we understand, down here in promotional types, there's the list, right? Now, I went ahead and sort of toyed around with this earlier today and got those types. Cancel that. Come on, cancel. Yes. Thank you. My little VM is running a little slow here, but I put them in here. The same list is right here, right? There's one that's not there that we'll talk about. That's really, it's a coupon. It's right there, but towards the bottom. But let's click on custom and let's click edit. Custom is, I gotta say, I use custom, the promotion type custom for, I'm gonna say 90% of my promotions. When I do a promotional thing, it's very, very flexible. It has a lot of options in it. So you gotta have a promotion name. You don't have to have a description. You don't have to have a group. You do have to have a reason. If you've selected, you have to have a reason, right? And it's probably a good idea. Now, I didn't put a bunch of reasons. I just set all mine to sales because this is just a webinar. But our type is set to custom. Now, over here, do we want to limit it to certain stores? Do we want to have a filter? Do we want to do specific price levels or specific days of weeks or times? Can it be combined with other promotions, right? Do we apply it to manual discounts? Do we override customer price levels like to discounts, right? Allow price increases. Can the price go up, right? Now, the one that you'll get caught by is this one down here. It defaults to once. I set this to unlimited, right? Because if they're buying 5 of these, they're going to get it on all 5 items, right? So under validation rules here, I think you have to, and I'm not sure why it's not checked off there, right? Mostly this is an item. It could be based on a subtotal. It could be based on a coupon. It could be based on a customer. So a couple of examples there. Let's just take the concept of employee discount, right? Employee discount, I could enter all my employees as customers, right? And I could go in and say that in the info 1 field, it must have or contain the word employee, right? And if that's true, then they get this discount, right? That's one option. But that means I got to enter all of my employees into the database, which is fine if I'm a small retail operation, but if I'm a hospital gift shop and I'm not going to enter all the employees in the hospital, then I'm better off good to go with a coupon, right? So I could say that they can use it unlimited and then add a coupon. And I could say the coupon code is EMP, right? And if they come up and say EMP, that they're an employee, I will go to the coupon field, type EMP, and it'll activate this rule here that will give them a discount. And then I can just, view their employee identification card, apply the discount, and roll. And I don't have to have a customer database with all the employees in it because it may not be viable if there's, 10,000 employees there and they're turning all the time, coming and going, and you can't keep up with that, right? So that's an option. Now, in this case here, I was just setting out to do a simple customer discount, a simple discount. And I think I picked an item, and I'm trying to remember what the item was. I thought the item was that. And so let's hit save and close and pop over to reward. And are we slowing down here? Let's see here. There we go. And then I clicked off item discount. So you see a lot of options here too. Like you could give a coupon, you could give an item, you could do a BOGO here of discount, which is weird because there's a BOGO setup too, right? But let's just go with the simple one here. Let's say item discount of 8% and 50. That's what I typed in earlier. So it's still there. I don't know why I lost it earlier. But all right, let's click save. And it should usually pop up, and we can take a look at that. But it usually pops up as this: do you want to activate that discount, right? So now let's go back to point of sale and see if it works, right? So obviously I chose ALU, but this could be a department code. More than likely it would be a department code, or it could be a multi-tiered discount, right? Yeah, I don't have any on hand. It's pissed at me for that, but did it get a 50% discount? Yes, it did, right? So let's circle back around to the promotions menu, check that. And let's go back to search here, and let's go back in there. I guess I should take a quick second here and make sure you guys understand a little bit about this here, right? So I'm going to highlight this up here. We're going to say remove all, I guess, and we're just going to go say like department code equals, I'm just going to be kind of goofy here. Men's top, right? And I say save, and I'm going to pop down here to vendor code and say add, and say equals Nike, right? Save, department code, add, equals women's tops. I'm going to try and keep this example pretty easy. I screwed that up. Hold on. Edit. Right, I missed this. Now, this is the kind of thing that I should point out that people do. This is the mistake that people make, right? If I did not check off or, I would be saying that it has to have a department code of women's tops and men's tops. Well, no item can have two department codes, right? So what I'm trying to say here, as you, I think, hopefully can see, is that it could be a men's top or a women's tops from Nike, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So if I don't click off or, it becomes an and, right? So it's got to either meet both of these criteria or both of these criteria, if that makes sense. So this is the part that everybody screws up right here. This is it. If I have to point to one thing that is a problem on a regular basis on the tech board, it is the filtering correctly, right? So now that I beat that one up significantly, I will close this. So we will click search. We'll move on because I've just done simple. Totally simple filtering here. In all of my examples, they are very simple situations where there's just an item, right? See, here's an item, item 20, right? So, and the item, I don't really get why the item is in here. It's very, very similar to custom. You have items, you have coupons, you have the item subtotal, which is nice. So you could say if you buy a certain amount of this product, that's a slightly different than custom. And you have normal, tiered, and rolling, but tiered and rolling are coming, right? So this one is very, very similar. I'm not sure that we need to go experience this one per se, because I know this one works. It worked earlier, but it's a way of having a specific item rule, basically. Let's cancel that and sort of move on down the road here. Search. Now quantity is different, right? So the quantity is a type that lets you, again, I'm filtering to an item. I think it's item 21. Yes, item 21, right? Close. Reward rule. So what I'm saying here is if they get 3 of that item, that they're going to get a 20% discount, right? That's what I'm saying there. So now there are different kinds of discounts that we might do, and they're coming. By the way, the pack one is a version of this too. So so we'll just say 000021, and it comes up. It's not on sale. There's no discount there whatsoever. Now let's go add some quantities so we get to 3, and it should discount here sometime in our lifetime. There it goes. Now what if I had 9, right? If I could get it to take a 9, right? Well, the discount dollars increase, right? But the percentage does not. So, well, in the quantity one, once you reach the plateau, right, then you are good. Everything else after that is discounted, if that makes sense, right? So, circle back here and go to point of sale, and back in here, click search. Okay, so tiered. Okay. And I set all these up, and I just want to make sure I got my ducks in a row here. Let's click edit on tiered. Right. See, so in tiered, the discount is going up, right? So we start at 10%. So I'm set to percent here, not price, not discount dollars, not price level price, right? TL price is price level price, right? Everybody gets that. Okay, so here we're starting at a 10% discount, but if we go up, keep going the quantity up, it should be increasing our discount, right? That's what should be happening there on that one. And this is item, what is this, item 22 or something, right? Yeah, this is item 22. So let's go check this one out and see if that works, right? All right, so item 22. Okay, so I got one item on there and I got bupkis, I got nothing. So let's go down and try it 3, right? And I get a 10% discount. We'll say, well, what if I had 6? And I get a 15% discount. Well, what if I had 9, right? Or 10, whatever, right? I get a 20% discount. Well, what if I had 25, right? Once you hit the top, right, you've maxed out, right? You're not getting any greater discounts, right? So tiered lets you increase the amount of discount as they increase the quantity, right? That's what tiered does. Let's go take a look at the next one, because there's some really subtle distinctions in here that kind of threw me for a loop that I had to get my head wrapped around. So what's the difference between tiered and rolling discounts, right? Come on. Okay, so in rolling discounts, like up 1 and 2, the first 2 get 5%, but 3 and 4, they get 10%, and 5 plus gets 15%, right? So let's go see how that one performs, right? So this item here, I believe, is 23. Yeah, 23, right, close. pop over to point of sale. So here everybody's not getting discounted down, right? Here they're getting a better discount. So the first one starts off at a 5% discount, right? Okay. And if we then change that to be a 3 or a 4, it doesn't really matter, right? If we go either one of those, we get out above 3, but below 5, it splits them into 2 different levels and shows that the top 2 are now getting a 10% discount, right? And if we then say, okay, well, what if we had, 6? Okay, why am I not being able to get the damn quantity type? Really annoying. Okay, so now we have a total of 8, because I added 6 to one line, we already had 2, right? So, but it's doing the first 2 at 5, the next 2 at 10, and then the top 4 at 15, right? So there's a rolling discount, right? That rolls up and gets better, but the initial ones, you got to pay the ferryman or whatever. You got to do the initial buy at a 5% and then at 10% to get those ones at 15%, right? That's a rolling discount. Okay, back to the promotions window, search. Okay, so PAC, how does PAC change this, right? And PAC is the one that we could never do. In previous versions of the promotions tool, the PAC is the one that's really hard to do. Let's go take a look at what that does. So what I've got set up here is, and most of these settings in the beginning are the same. That's why we're kind of skipping over these, right? Because they're almost all identical. Here's item 24, great. We're filtering for the department or the vendor or the combination of the product, right? We already know what we're filtering. We're not using a coupon or a customer field to activate it. This is based on the item for now. Anyway, here I'm saying back here that you have to buy 3, and when you buy 3, the pack price, right? Let's click, is going to be $10. So let's go try that, right? I mean, let's go see what that does. So point of sale, new receipt, item 24. Okay, so I bought one. It's just one, right? I mean, there's no discount here. So let's just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll go. So I'm scanning these, right? I scanned a second one. It goes to 2. Nothing happens. I scan a third one, and it breaks out so that 2 are at 333 and 1 is at 334. So the pack price is $10. Now, nobody would actually sell $20 items for $3.33, but obviously the example is a little flawed. But the fact that you can say, this is 3 for $10, or 9 for $10, or $20, or whatever you want to do, where the math doesn't actually have to work out, right? And it'll figure it out for you. It'll make it work. That's a pack price. All right. I think we got the pack price thing pretty good. And I'm not seeing any questions so far from Valerie. I don't know if you're still there and hanging out. I'm hoping you are. Hoping life's good down there by the beach. All right, so promotions, search. All right, so BOGO. This one's pretty simple, pretty easy. Glad to hear that you're still there. All right, so the BOGO again has the same beginning, but in here now I'm saying that you have to buy 3, right? In my item filter, I'm saying you got to buy 3, and I'm going to go to reward rules and say that then you get 1 for free, right? That's what I'm saying here on this one. And usually in here, you see this is item 25 here, and back here that's going to say the same thing because I'm keeping this simple, right? So I'm just doing item 25, right? Now this could be, this could be based on whatever you want it to be based on, right? This probably would be could be totally a style, or like if you had a whole bunch of different paints in different colors, right? And they were all the same price, and you had a way of identifying those or filtering to them, right, by style, then you could say, like, if you buy three, you get one free. If you buy 10, you get one free, or whatever you want to do, right? That's the whole BOGO thing, right? So let's go try it out. Cancel this. Go back to point of sale, and we'll just bring up some item 25s. 000025. Okay, I got 3 in there, right? We add the 4th one, and it pops to a new line, and it goes to 100% off, which is also, by the way, the max discount. So it's giving us a little, slap on the hand. You're at max discount there, right? The little red max next to the 100. But it worked. It did exactly what we asked it to do, right? Boom, boom, boom. Bought 3, got 1 for free. All right, so what's left in our hit parade of exciting promotions, right? All right, so transaction. This is, I believe, is the version of this one up here, but I'm not mistaken. I don't even know what I did on that one. Right, so this is just a normal transaction discount, but what I did is I said, if the subtotal gets to $200, right, that I'm going to give you a reward of 10%, right? So we can, and I don't think we've got to anything with the guts to $200 bucks. I'm wondering if that works even. I don't think I tested it. Let's go find out, right? Item what? Just pick an item that I don't think I have a rule on, and say that we have, well, we're going to need like 10 of those, so we'll say 15 of those, right? Okay, thanks for that quantity field. All right, 15, enter. And yeah, look on the right-hand side here, over in the transaction, right? There's my little discount sneaking in, right? So definitely working. Now, the last 2 types, one of them, the next one, the coupon one, feeds into other promotions, right? So that's why I didn't build one of these, but I'm going to click new, and we are going to click down here on coupon and write C, whatever, pick a discount reason. Okay, everybody's happy. Validation rules can be whatever you want it to be. Buy a certain amount of stuff, like buy $200, buy certain items, have a certain value, use a certain coupon, that'd be weird. Then you could issue a coupon code of whatever you want, right? So the coupon code would then have to be tied into another promotion, right? The other thing is that there are specific receipt designs that come with the product that have the coupon code built into the bottom of the receipt. So we would have to make sure that we designed a new receipt that used the coupon code model. I mean, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. It would be easier to move like a logo and a return policy to a coupon code one, adjust the item section to match what you're doing now, and then boom, you'd have a new receipt design that prints coupons. And now the coupon, if it was not activated, would never show up. So that could become your permanent new receipt design. And when you activate a coupon, it shows up, and when you don't, it doesn't, right? That's just how that one would roll. But that's why I didn't build one of these, because I didn't want to tie it to another coupon and mess with the whole thing, actually. Now, the last one in the list here is a gift. Now, this could be a gift. So if I click new here, and let's take a look at the list here, it is a gift item. Now, I definitely worked with the Sacramento Kings when they were locally here. They after they got sold, the new owner, they franchised out their gift shop. But when they were local here, they had local staff. They employed their own team, and they used our software. And they had gift with purchase all the time. I mean, you'd go to a game, and it'd be like mini basketball day. If you bought X amount of dollars, you got a gift with purchase, right? So that's what we're talking about here is being able to go in and say, sales subtotal, if you got X amount of dollars, that you're going to get a ALU number or whatever the item is for the mini basketball, right? For free, basically, right? So that's what this is. Now, what I did with this, which was something really interesting, kind of oddly interesting. So we're going to back up and go take a look at what I did. Do you want to cancel this? Yes, I do. In every other version of Retail Pro software, where we've wanted to do something as simple as a California redemption value, i.e. CRV, right? We have not been able to do that. We've had actually plugins written to do that, right? So what I was able to do is I was able to input a can of Pepsi, and then I input a CRV, and I set the CRV to have a, where is it here? Max discount percent, right, of 0. So I restricted this item from being able to be discounted, right? That's what I did, right? So we'll swing around here, ditch that, go to promotions, see what the heck that looks like. So there's my gift type, as I called it, CRV is the name. And so it's a gift item. I pop over to validation, and I just input an item, and I give it an ALU of 123. It's a can of Pepsi. And then I popped over and said that the item over here is the CRV item, as you can see that I popped in there, right? So let's cancel out of here. Let's go to point of sale. Let's try it out. So if I say 123, it rings up the CRV, and it charges 5 cents, just like it's supposed to. Because I restricted it, it can't give it away, right? So that actually ended up being a very slick deal. Sort of natively built in here, we can now charge CRVs. And I don't remember if I set it to unlimited. I guess I should find out, huh? I forget if I turned that switch on or not. And apparently I did not. So let's go back and see about that one there. I think you would have to set that to unlimited. But in my excitement and haste, I did set that unlimited. Weird. So I wonder how they're dealing with that. I know we set this up for a client, but anyway. All right. So then I guess the only last thing that has to do with anything here in our agenda then would be, well, I did add this in here because, yeah, test is absolutely 100%. That filter and the filtering and the levels and the different kinds of promotions, I can tell you that with this first promotion that I did for Black Friday and back up here, I tested that over and over again, and I found that spreading discounts causes a problem with that. We had to turn that off. Once we turned that off, that worked brilliantly. So the spreading discount was a problem because it's writing the discount to the subtotal and then trying to spread it back to the items, right? So that was blowing up, right? That's why that blew up. So you got to make sure it works with all the features in Retail Pro that you're currently supporting, and that you filtered it correctly. If you're filtering by department code, you got to make sure everything in that department code qualifies, or you got to find a better way of doing it, right? Now, certainly I have had clients that have gone into this kind of tool and used one field, like they pick an auxiliary field like Aux8 or something, and then they write different rules, like I write an item discount for price and then one for percentage off. So if they put a 50 with a percent sign in the Aux8, that activates a rule that is filtering for 50% sign in that, and then they get 50% off. So what that does is it lets them, when they want to mark something down or put something on sale, they just go to the field and they just type into Aux8 what they want to do, and all the rules are already written. So that's another way of doing it. That does a couple of things. It lets you put things on sale very quickly. It also prevents you from putting things on sale twice with two different promotions, because everything's using one field and you can only put one mark in there at a time, right? Been very useful in like, destination tourist locations like Grand Canyon or like on the Alaskan cruise circuit, right? Where you're only going to have one shot to sell this stuff. They're not going to come back next week, right? They're there, sell it or don't sell it, right? So if you want to move it, you mark it down, and that's nice because it means you don't have to use the price manager, and you don't have to maintain two price levels. You don't have to go out there and actually do markdowns. You just put a code in there, activate a rule, and then maybe put a sign on the product, right? And then boom, if you're selling it, it's automatically discounting and capturing the discounts at point of sale. All right. So now any multi-store environments that you have out there, once you test these and you are 100% positive they are doing what you want them to do, you would then need to use this button at the top that says broadcast, and it processes them out and see it processed completed. So that puts them out and basically sends them to the other locations, right? That's what that does. So when you're building these and testing these, they're not pushing down like other things do. Like when you enter a new item into inventory or when you make a receipt, those pieces of data, they're pushing to the other locations like now, right? You click save, 1001, 1002, 1003, they're at the other location, right? That it's not real time, but damn, it's right next to real time. So these do not act that way, and they don't act this way on purpose because very many times, I would say at least 50% of the time, maybe not quite that high, I mean 40% of the time I put these in, they're wrong. And I have to test them and vet them, shall we say, right? So I cannot say enough about testing your promotions, right? And making sure they're doing exactly what you want them to do. So, all right, so that's pretty much promotions as it exists today. I'm sure there are variations on that that we have not covered. I'm sure if there's anything weird, we could certainly field questions on that. Valerie, do you have any questions? Are you using promotions? Not sure you are. And I think you are, actually. I think we wrote a few rules, didn't we? Like some initial rules to make sure that they were up and running to do certain things, as I recall.
She's typing.
Yes, she is. Gotcha. So maybe we should get together and have an appointment sometime and pick a simple goal and try and write some basic promotions, because I'm pretty sure that you would benefit from them. I can send a note over to service and then have them give you a call, and then we can set something up. Because I think that would be beneficial and useful. You know, I am pretty sure you would definitely have one on the 14th, Valentine's Day at 10 a.m. Oh, we have an appointment on there. Oh, gotcha. I thought you had a sale. Yeah. All right. Excellent. That's good. That's perfect then. So it's in the pipeline. It's already done. That's even better. Yeah. So now this has been recorded, and this will be published up on our website, and it will be probably emailed to you. So you know, for those nights when you can't sleep and you want to listen to my voice drone on, you can go and relive these exciting moments. Scary though that may be. So do you have any other questions? Anything else that I should be covering here? All right. Well, thank you very much. And you guys have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you back here. I'll see you on the 14th, and maybe we'll see you back in another webinar. All right. See you. Bye.